Episode 32, 2019.
Now, this is the first VR game and the last VR game that's going to be on this list. And this game and this year in particular were followed by one of the most impactful years globally. Now, if you had have told a younger me that when you're older, you're going to be able to play a game where you get to have a lightsaber fight with Darth Vader in virtual reality, I may have squeezed so hard that I would have hurt myself. This game told the story of Darth Vader's obsession with Padme, trying to bring her back from the eyes of a pretty random protagonist, really, but one that somehow had a connection to Mustafar pre it becoming a volcanic planet. It was a little silly, but it wasn't terrible. But the lightsaber gameplay was just so fun. Yeah, it wasn't 100% accurate, but it was fun enough. The most annoying thing about this game was that it came out in 3 parts, 3 episodes, and you had to pay for each of them. They weren't super expensive, it was just a pain in the ass. Apart from that, this game was fucking amazing. Now, I'm not going to lie, this game's announcement was probably about 90% of the reason I actually got myself an Oculus at all. There were some other games I was kind of interested in, but this game was why I wanted VR. VR is fun, but it's kind of gimmicky. I don't think it's going to die anytime soon, but it's definitely not the popularity it was back in 2018, 2019. So the basic story of this game is you're a random smuggler, your droid acts as your kind of introduction to the world. As you are traveling somewhere, you get pulled out of hyperspace by Imperial Interdictor above Mustafar. Now, although it kind of seems like this is all just coincidence, it turns out that you are a long-lost relative of someone who was very important to the Mustafarian people. And there's a mystical lightsaber and a mystical device that was once used to strip Mustafar of all life. Vader's trying to use this as a way to pierce through the veil of time and bring Padme back into reality. Now, obviously, using this device is going to cause untold destruction and death upon the universe and etc. blah blah. So your character is tasked at the end with using your blood and connection to this device to blow it up and stop Vader from being able to kill a lot more people. I don't like the fact that you have to fight against Vader, because he's one of my favorite characters, but it was still fun. The lightsaber fighting was intuitive to a point. I would guess if you were an expert swordsman, you would probably find it boring and slow, but if you've never picked up a sword before, it's fun. Now, if I don't stop myself there, I'm going to keep rambling, so let's get on with the scoring. Fun factor is a 9. It was great, it was fun. There were just moments where the lightsaber didn't do what you're instructing it to do. You move your hand in a certain way, but the lightsaber doesn't appear correctly. There are moments where you have your lightsaber in a perfect position to block an incoming attack, and for some reason, the position of your lightsaber is completely ignored. It's rare, but it's just enough to tip the score down 1. Graphics, I'm going to give this a 9. Now, the graphics is really good. There are some very unrealistic looking components, and because you're in VR, you're very close to the models and the faces and the characters. So any imperfection or any uncanny valley is very obvious to you. It's still stunningly gorgeous. Replayability, I'm going to give this a 6. Once you've beaten the story, it doesn't change. So once or twice through, it's going to be boring for you. There are kind of arena modes where you fight against different enemies and you use your force powers to do different things, but even they get stale pretty quickly. Alright, now it's time for the honorable mentions of 2019 and the last of this decade. starting with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, The Division 2, Halo the Master Chief Collection for PC, and Jedi Fallen Order. Well, that does it for this episode, and that is the end of the decade. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for coming along with me in this journey. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, bye-bye.